Hello everyone and welcome back to the Road to Rotation. First things first, let's go over the leader we're playing today. This one is ST06 Sakazuki, one that most people probably haven't even heard of. It is definitely the least popular of the mono black leaders. He is a 5,000 life leader with activate main once per turn. Rest 3 Dawn, and you may trash 1 card from your hand to KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 0. This ability is way overcosted for what it does, and is effectively not a leader ability. But we're going through all these leaders, and we're going to give them their best shake. So because the leader's pretty rough here, I decided to go with a pretty standard mono black deck. We have a couple Mancherry Rippers to help protect our Brooks and Kuzans, and then Rebecca and Sengoku as recursion engines in the late game. This is a Navy leader, so we're allowed to run Marineford, so I'm going to take advantage of a couple of those. Hina's going to be great here, and then otherwise we're pretty standard. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just hop into some games. Alright, first up here we have a red-purple Luffy. They've opted to go first. I think I'm going to keep here, and we're going to play out this Uta. And if we can keep their board clear, I think we're in a pretty good spot here. Yeah, Uta seems great here. We're going to... Ooh, the only problem with Uta is we don't get to swing. So maybe I will get this swing in... Oh, I can't attack anyways. What am I doing? Let's just play out this Manchurian pass. We'll make up for it later. We will take here... Ooh, Kuzan's really good here. Really good card for us to get. Zorojuro is one that we will want to get rid of, so we will burn some resources on this. Let's do Suru and a Brook, and we'll pass the turn. This game would have been significantly different had we still had our, or we played out our Uta first turn, but that's okay. I got myself confused with the 6K leader and thought a little too deep into it. We're going to take again here. Kuzan's still a great card here. Ooh, they're just going for it again. In this case, I am going to play out this Uta to get the -2. We're going to swing an empty. Swing into it. We just don't want them getting stuff, and we're going to play out this Kuzan. And we'll pass the turn. This Uta is going to be useful for us in the future. We have the Rebecca to get back our Brook on our following turn after we get some Uta and Kuzan here. They're going 7 at lead. That one I think I have to counter here. Let's give a 2 and a 1. And then we're just going to take the other hit. Presume that he's probably going to swing at me. They're just completely ignoring my board, which I guess is going to work out for me probably pretty reasonably. Let's do 1, 2. Let's just start doing some 6s. Our opponent will have to take eventually. And I think we might even get to play out our Rebecca here. Yeah, we do. Let's go 6 again. And then 6 again. And then we get to play out a Rebecca over the Suru and get back a 2K. And we won't play anything out and pass the turn. Here goes 10. I wouldn't be surprised to see Shanks here. Yeah, we'll see how our opponent plays it. They were very confident going into this point in the game. Ooh, playing at Fronosky, they must have a really poor draw here. I think we just counter here. 4, 2, 2. And then we'll give him a blocker. It's fine. Now we get to use our Manchurian to get back our Rebecca. So let's start a 6 here. Another 6. Clearing out their guy. Wow, we got a Gum Gum Giant out of them. And then we get to do another 6. And then we get to use our Manchurian here. We're gonna put back the Kobe and the T-Bone, get back Rebecca, play out Rebecca, get back the U, and we're not gonna play anything out. We're gonna just end the turn here. If they don't get rid of the Manchurian, I'm just gonna do this Rebecca play every turn pretty much, so they do have to respect it at some point. Newgate, definitely don't matter. I think I will take this one here. I think we can even get rid of this Newgate here. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7. We just need 2 more. That's another Uta that we could possibly use. Or we just use Marineford here. 1, 2. Let's make sure we have enough to get this. So let's rest here, -4. And then we can do -8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can't use Mon Cherie this turn. I don't think it's worth playing anything out, and we just pass. Here comes this Luffy here. So we have to just get out of a 10 here. Going with a 7. Let's give them a 2 and a 1. Let's see how they play it. They're going to go for a 9. Let's just go ahead and take, just so we know what the card is, and then we can block with this Rebecca, no problem. Jambe. Jambe wasn't what I was expecting. Well played by our opponent. Didn't expect the Jambe. Moving on to the next one then. Alright, now we have Carrot. This will be an interesting matchup. Our opponent has opted to go first. I think this is pretty good. We get to play Brand New out first. And then we have Marineford Brook or Silver Brook as options for the following turn. See if they play out their Searcher. They do not. We're going to just play out Brand New. Grab us some Goku here. Kuzan is a great card. We might be able to make work. We do want to try to prevent them from having Minx in play. Let's see what they do. They're just going to go a 6. I think it's then probably correct. Let's see. Rest of your opponent's characters cost 5 or less. I suppose that Kuzan is easier to protect here. So let's play out the Kuzan, and he draws me a card. If I do lose him right away, that won't be great, but it won't be the end of the world. Let's see how our opponent plays it. I expect to see a Mink and then Carrot rest, and then maybe a swing. Which Mink will be up to our opponent at this point. We'll have these Sengokus to bring back these Kuzans in a bit. Yeah, let's just see how it plays out. Next turn, we do have Hina Brook as options to just keep our board wider so that it's harder for them to freeze out. They're looking for another Zoe. They did not find one. And then they do get to play out another one if they have one, but they would have wanted to use their Zo first. One of the problems with these stages is they are bricks and they're kind of hard to find something to do with them. Let's see how they play it. They did rest Kuzan and then they're going to freeze him. Is that right? Cannot be set active. Okay, so he's frozen. Hina plus Brook is going to be the play for next turn. I am going to counter a bit here and give up this Sengoku here. Yeah, I think Hina Brook is still the correct play, leaving nothing left. And then just swing a 5 here. Our opponent would probably take here. They need cards at this point. I highly expect a carrot to come down if they find one. The 5-drop freezer one. But we'll see how they play it. They do have their mink, so that they will be able to just rest whichever of my guys they choose. And we have a good amount of 2Ks here, so we can probably do some protecting. We haven't found any Rebekahs yet, so it's something that we need to pay attention to, that we can't use all of our cards for counter at this stage. But let's see how our opponent reacts here. They're thinking awful hard on this 5K. They do take, and then we will pass the turn over to them. I wonder if this is a list playing the Law and Beppo. I didn't actually look at the list in the recent Nats list. They got top 128, so I'm curious what that one will be. Okay. They're gonna rest. Inu Arashi. Oh, it can freeze 2. Ooh, interesting. I didn't realize it froze 2. I think we might just... Let's see what they do here. I expect this to just come at lead. Yeah, I'm going to take here, see if we can't figure out a way to get rid of some of these. What can we get back here? Not really great options there. I do think we want to get rid of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a little more than I need. But it does let me use leader ability on it, which is not something you get to say every day. So I guess let's go for it. Deploy here, and then rest, and then Uta, and then you over you there, and then leader ability. We're gonna trash this, get rid of this. Then we're gonna go a 5. See, our opponent thought awful hard on the last one. Oh, they are interested in continuing here. Okay, we are both at... This is definitely going to be an interesting game. They've hit some good freezes, but I think they will eventually run out here. They don't have a good way of removing Uta. They're going to just go for another freeze. Yeah. Interesting that they opted to go there. That means they're probably going to try to clear Kuzan with a 10, which we will counter to protect him because he's pretty great here. Ooh, another one there. Yeah. A 6. I'm going to send the 6 at Hina, maybe? No, they're just going to go at face. I'm going to just take that. I don't have a compelling reason not to just go there. Because here we can do Hina Suru. And then pitch the Kuzan to get rid of the carrot, probably. Or no, just Hina carrot is enough. So we play Hina down over you, on you, and then one more, and then trash you to KO here. Then we can do 2 7s, I think is correct. 7. Opponent's probably gonna have to take these 2, and then 7. And we'll pass the turn. We've done a pretty good a job at controlling their board. That's the most I've ever seen this leader ability used, so I guess this is one way that our opponent can make it happen, is just by freezing our Brooks and Kuzans that would really interfere with our ability to do some KOs. Okay, so they're going to rush this guy. Here's where they're going to try to clear my stuff. Ooh, they're going at face. I think I'm going to take the first one here, because I think I can counter out. Yeah, just a 7 here is pretty easy to counter out of. We'll do a 2 and a 1, holding on to a little bit more backup. A 10, I probably just have to take. I don't expect them to just go at 10 though, because they don't really have too much left in the tank afterwards. I'm just gonna go a 5 somewhere. 5 at face, we don't let them do that. And then a carrot probably. Or another Inuarashi. Oh, that's a carrot, yeah. The Brook, getting rid of the Brook makes sense here. Yeah, we just haven't had a good way to leverage our stuff here. We do have a Brook in the yard, which I think is probably 1, 2, 3. I think we're in a pretty good spot here because we get to do 5 lead, -4 here. Another 5 lead. If we do 7 and 9, I think we just win here. And then the rest. Yeah. Interesting game. That was quite interesting because I couldn't really use any of my guys most of the game. Our opponent didn't produce a whole lot, and I was able to use this leader ability to get around the lack of KO. But yeah, definitely an interesting one. But let's go on to the next game. All right, here we have Rayleigh. This is gonna be a tough one. They've opted to go second. I will keep here. The brand new can be good fodder for this Sengoku. We're gonna pitch brand new and Tashigi. Yeah, I think that was a good trade. And we'll pass here. See what our opponent does. Ideally, we'd like to find a Brook. That would be the obvious best piece to find. 2 Namis. They get a Luffy and another Searcher. I think it's correct to play out this Sengoku, pitching you and you. We do have the Brook for next turn. I think it's probably correct to just go for a 7 though. You take here. We're gonna have to take some hits. 5, it doesn't have to be one of them. I'm gonna give up this Sengoku. I think they're probably a bit slow. Brook is gonna be great though. Yep, confirm revealed cards. You can play out the Sanji. I'm gonna play it again. And then they're gonna get a swing 5 here, which we will take here. No trigger here. We need one more to make this work. How do we make make it work. So we can't get rid of... Do we just get rid of the Namis then? Yeah, I think I'm gonna just go with their board here and try to clean out as much of their board as I can. I should have gone with a Sengoku, I think. We're going to get back a 2K, and then we're going to play out this Brook. KO, and then we're going to pass the turn. And we'll see how our opponent plays it. They have a good number of cards. I think we just let him go. I don't think we can reasonably protect him. Yep, we will confirm the revealed cards. Zoro. Really want to find Hina here. They have a Rusher. Hockey is a defensive event, or just goes a little more. 6 here, so they're going with quite a few 6s. That means that I will be able to... Yeah, let's go ahead and counter. 6. Let's go ahead and take... Yeah, that's great, because this means I can use this to Shigi. You're at 8. I'm going to block here. Okay. So, the correct play, I think, here is we want to do Marineford, Bop, play out Rebecca, get back Brook, play out Brook, KO you, and then we don't have to go as heavy on the... Yeah, then we get to go 7 at this 4. They still might be able to defend it, but I think we're in a decent spot there. Because they only have the 1 attached. Okay, they are going to defend it. 2 2Ks. All right. Hancock. You're going to find another Luffy, unfortunately. They are running low on cards. So that's a positive for me. 1. I'm going to go a 6 at him. I don't think I can effectively protect him, so I have to let him go. And then a 7. No, 8. Let's give 2 2Ks. We do get to play out this Sengoku after all. 8, we will take this one. Okay, great, with Rebecca. Sengoku's great to get back a Kuzan here. And then we have 2 left. We can't KO anything this turn unless we want to use this Rebecca. You're at 6 here. I think it might actually be correct to use this Hina Rebecca for the same 7. So Hina here, Rebecca, get back Brook, play down Brook over the Sengoku, KO you. We have 3K encounter, 2 blockers. I think it's correct probably just to go remove these attackers. And we'll just have to deal with it here. They are going to go at this Brook again, I think. They have continued to do it every turn, so he's been a blocker 3 times, which is great for us. Mole Pistol means we don't get that. Okay. -5, yeah, that's fine. We don't mind. I got half a block out of him. Then leader ability. Interesting choosing to go there. I haven't used leader ability, I suppose. Maybe they don't have enough. They can use this still, so I'm going to 2K, 1K. And I think take and block. We're not in a great spot here. Unfortunately, we are going to have to take this one. Oof. Yeah. We're going to take this one just because this Sanju, we have the blocker still. Confirm. We have the block here. Okay, these Sengokus are adding up a little too much. Do we have any Kobes in the yard? Brand new. We do not. I wonder if Sengoku getting back Sengoku trashing U2 is a good move. Okay. Then we can do Mancherry get back a 2K. But let's first start to get in some swings here. I do let that one go. Oh, I needed to not maybe do that. Mancherry, use it, get back a 2K. Oops, put that one on the bottom. Put my Rebecca's back and get back a 2K. And then we'll do 6 at U. Okay. Opponent is going to get it here. They had just a little bit too much pressure. Interesting they opted for that one. Does let me swing a little better. I don't know if our opponent realizes. Well, I mean, they probably have Kid Killer here. Oh, unblockable. That's fine. There wasn't anything I was going to be able to do against the unblockable. I don't know why they didn't just do that first, but that's okay. So I'll head over to the wrap-up. All right, for the wrap-up, this deck went about as well as I expected. The carrot game was pretty interesting, but I really do think that this leader just feels like you're playing just a worse of any of the other black leaders. All of the other black leaders have a leader ability. And this one doesn't. The only advantage this one may have against maybe the other starter deck black Luffy is that it can use Marineford, but otherwise I just don't think that this one is cut out for it. Yeah, not too much else to say. I will see you guys in the next video where we will be going over the first deck in OP12, which will be Whitebeard. So look forward to that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.